Welcome to today's video, everyone. In this video, I will be answering a wide range of different fitness-related questions. These questions came in live directly from my Twitch live stream. If you have any specific questions, feel free to join my live stream in the future and ask them. I'd be happy to help you in any way that I can. Boogie says, what do you do for forearms? It's my struggle. I don't personally do a lot of direct forearm work, but what I do is I do other exercises that incorporate your forearms. So for example, hammer curls, that's my go-to when I do biceps, and it just incorporates your forearm as well. So I hit those a lot, pretty heavy. Also, a lot of back exercises, pull-ups, shrugs, deadlifts especially will work the forearms. But if you're trying to develop your forearms, you can do some wrist curls. So one way you could do that is you're just sitting in a chair and you've got weights. Just curl your wrists like this, or the other way around. It's a good way to hit your forearms a little bit. Boogie says, I was doing reverse grip curls and my arm curls during arm curls often. That's another good exercise you can do, Boogie, for those forearms, is where you could do it with a preacher bar. You could even do it with dumbbells, where you're doing arm curls like this. It will definitely hit the forearms too. So there's a lot of ways to go at that and to focus on your forearms. If you're going to train forearms, I'd recommend training them after you're doing back or arms in general, because if you train them before you do back, it's going to be really hard to grip and hold anything. You're going to get really pumped up. So it's my tip there. It says, so okay, let me welcome you with a proper fitness question. Here we go. This is going to be good. You can feel it. I swapped to intermittent fasting recently. Let's define intermittent fasting for anyone that's unaware. Intermittent fasting is essentially where you eat for about 8 hours or some kind of time frame throughout the day, and then the rest of the day you fast. So you're eating and then you're fasting intermittently. You're not fasting the whole day, but you're fasting for a large part of the day. I recently had great results. I feel great. I perform better, less tired overall. Was wondering if I should swap my weight training closer to when I eat, since I only eat twice now. Yeah, I would say I would recommend, if you're going to do intermittent fasting and it's something you like, definitely put your weight training somewhere near when you're eating, because that way you'll have more energy for it. Just be cautious and be aware of the fact that when you're doing intermittent fasting, you're going to be eating a lot of food. So if you're going to train legs or something directly after eating 3,000 calories or however many calories you're eating, that might be kind of difficult. Maybe you feel a little nauseous or you want to throw up. So just be careful with that. But with that said, yeah, I would probably structure it so it's sometime around the time you're eating, rather than waiting until, 8 hours after you've eaten and maybe you're feeling a little tired. So, but it's good that you're making progress on it and you're feeling less tired overall. That's awesome. Crownless says, well, I notice muscles and such, but it's not like I'd expected. My expectations are too high, I think. I see. Yeah, and that's it's good to have a goal. It's good to be working towards something and want to look a certain way, but just take your time, pace yourself, you'll get there. Just stick with it, don't get discouraged, and keep moving along. Like I mentioned a little bit earlier, I have a goal. I had a goal to get down to like 170 in body weight, but I'm going to go based on how I look in the mirror. So I always have a kind of a number that I'm shooting for, but sometimes you get to that number and it's not necessarily what you think, the way you look, and just be flexible with it. You'll get there. Crownless says, I'll continue. Nothing's going to stop me ever. That's the right mindset to have. You got to be like that. Everybody's got to be like Crownless and just keep going, keep plugging away at it. Don't let anything get in your way. Life comes at you. You keep hitting the gym. Make it happen. The only thing standing between you and your goals is yourself. Kay says, I'm going to die tonight. I'm still sore. Excuse me, we have conditioning again tomorrow. Don't do that. Don't do that. Make sure you get your protein in and get plenty of sleep. Drink your water as well. Sleep is going to be your friend when you're brutally sore like that. I know how it goes for sure, though. Daniel says, I got out of the military in January at 6'2", 220 pounds, in good shape and ripped. Max bench was 330. Since getting out, I've gotten skinny. I've lost a lot of definition and overall strength. Granted, I drank a lot of beer recently. I'm having trouble cutting back up. I've increased my cardio a bit. Is that helping or hurting? Let's see here. I would say the cardio will be helping for sure. If you're trying to lose weight, you definitely need to do cardio and you need to reduce your overall calorie intake. If you're not sure how many calories you need to eat, there is a good, well, I'll just type the app in. I have to work out my Nightbot. But MyFitnessPal, that's a good app for you that's going to calculate based on your measurements, your height. You said you're 6'2", your gender, all that fun stuff. It's going to tell you how many calories you actually need to eat to lose weight. And you're going to want to eat that many calories, do some cardio, and that will help you to lose weight. But you still want to be crushing it on those weights. That's an insanely strong bench press. 330 pounds is no joke. And if you keep training hard, you do some cardio, and you clean up your diet a little bit, you'll be well on your way to getting back down in weight and getting shredded, dude. But sounds like you already kind of know what to do, and you already were in pretty good shape before, so I don't think you're going to have a problem getting back there. Hold your horses tight. Appreciate the follow. Welcome to the family. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate you joining the stream. We're back at it. Another fitness Q&A stream. It's been a little while. If you're brand new to stream, this is a fitness stream, although we do play games. We talk about getting into shape, staying motivated, and I answer any fitness questions you have. We got a nice community here, and it's fun most of the time. Okay, let's see. Back to the comments. Crow says, is it normal for my lifts to go, I'm assuming, down after I lose a little bit of weight? My bench was 225, but after losing weight, I'm now having a hard time at around 185. Yeah, it's normal. As you reduce your calories, as you do more cardio and things like that, your bench press and all your lifts in general are gonna decrease. You're not gonna weigh as much. You're not gonna have as much strength. You're gonna feel drained. So don't get too discouraged. But remember, the goal when you're trying to lose weight is to maintain a lot of that muscle mass. So try to lift heavy and try to maintain as much of it as you can. But know that you're gonna get a little bit weaker. It's just part of the process. But as you finish your cut and you start bulking up again, you'll get that strength right back, and you'll be in a better spot before because you'll have more muscle mass. And you'll be leaner. So that's the goal. It's a steady progress, steady improvement over time. So don't get discouraged by getting weaker. As my cut personally has gone on this year, I've gotten weaker as well, for sure. Eugene, what is up? Firmia, so basically I'm only 5'3" and I'm 30. I'm only 55 kilos, so let me get my calculator out here. I'm not going to try to do mental math on stream and make a fool out of myself. 2.2 times 55, 121 pounds. So I'm a small guy. I'm also an ex-smoker. I've been smoking for 16 years and only recently stopped. Generally in good health. I want to start the gym, although I'm not sure what to do. For example, I only have a tiny bit of belly fat. But other than that, I'm pretty slim and I want to lose some belly fat and define my body. How do I do that? Thanks. Great question, and I'm sure you're not the only person in that situation. There's a couple things I'm going to recommend. First of all, there's a great app. I just posted it. It's called MyFitnessPal. It's going to help you assess yourself where you're at now by inputting your stats, your height, weight, age, gender, all that good stuff. And then you set up a goal in there, whether you want to lose weight or gain weight. It sounds like in your situation, you want to get a little bit leaner, maybe shred off that belly fat, have a little bit of muscle mass to you. And then from there, you can decide what you want to do if you want to start to gain weight and put on more muscle down the road. So that's what I would say. At first, start with your diet and come up with a goal for yourself. And then second is training. So there's a lot you can do with training if you have a gym membership or if you want to train at home. I will say, though, if you're just easing yourself into the gym and you're brand new to working out, I would say an upper body, lower body workout schedule would work pretty well for the first couple weeks, couple months maybe, where you go to the gym one day, you train upper body, you pick one exercise per muscle, and then the next day you go and do lower body. Do that 3 or 4 days a week. Throw in some cardio, and that's a solid routine to start with. You work on your diet, and you're going to be well on your way to getting into great shape. Daniel says, once I hit my goal weight at 220, what's your best way to cut without losing weight? Well, you have to lose weight to cut. It's just the nature of the beast. When you're eating a calorie surplus, you're adding extra calories, storing extra energy on your body, you're going to gain weight. The opposite is true when you're losing weight. You're going to be burning off that stored fat, and you're going to be losing weight. So it's just going to happen. Super TV, I'm 5'11", 260. Would like to drop to 200. Any advice? So download this app, Super MyFitnessPal. It's going to tell you how many calories you need to eat based on your stats, and that's going to help you to get to that 200-pound weight goal. If you do that, your diet is going to be the number one most important factor in losing weight. And then you're going to also want to incorporate some type of cardio in there as well, and weightlifting, because you got to have some muscle mass too. Got to have some kind of a baseline to work with. So definitely recommend doing that. Also, if you don't mind me asking on MyFitnessPal, how much should I say I need to lose in a week? I'd recommend saying anywhere from 1 to 2 pounds, generally speaking. That's a good rule of thumb. It can vary depending on how overweight you are and how much weight you're trying to lose, but I think that's a good rule of thumb. Start small with gradual changes. Maybe you try to lose 2 pounds a week and that's what you input in there, but maybe you actually end up losing 3 or 4 pounds. It's a little bit of a scientific experiment because it's just going off of your body measurements, but there's a lot of variables, there's a lot of different factors that are involved in losing weight. And so we just kind of set a goal, we try to track it and monitor our progress towards it, and then we adjust as we progress. So, you say, I want to lose 2 pounds in a week, you end up losing 4 or 5 pounds. That just means you get to eat a little bit more food and you can continue losing weight. And then over time, once you stop losing weight and your weight stalls, then you got to decrease your calories again. So it's a little bit of a trial and error process, if that makes sense. So start with that, and yeah, it'll calculate based on how many pounds a week you set in till you want to lose, that how many calories you need to eat, basically. So it's going to take a lot of the work and do it for you, and then it'll be a good guide. The thing is, from there, once you've input all that information into MyFitnessPal, it's on you to track your calories and to make sure you're keeping track of your weight and things like that. And it can be a pain in the neck tracking your calories, tracking all your food and everything like that, but it's very effective and it works. And if you're someone who's tried this whole thing before, you've tried losing weight before and you lost motivation because you didn't see results, trust me, this is going to be a pain and it might suck, but it will work and you will definitely see progress. Just stick with it. If you get stuck anywhere, as always, join stream and ask a question and I'd be happy to help you out. But you can make it happen for sure.